Shounen action anime, the most popular genre of the whole lot. Well, maybe second to ecchi, but that's debatable. Just a general rule to my lists are that I do my very best not to recycle as much as what most other people do, as I have a stronger desire to suggest you animes to watch, and also people, if you don't see any of your favorites, don't take it personally, as I either haven't watched the show you wanted or it's on another list. So before we proceed, click that like button, and now we shall proceed. Beelzebub is a fun action and comedic anime. The story is taken quite lightheartedly given the serious situations our main guy Ogre the delinquent gets himself into with Bilbo, the son of the demon lord. The concept revolves around Ogre, a strong freshman that attends a school for delinquents whilst bringing up the demon lord's baby Bilbo, who only gets attached to the strongest beings. However, in this case, Ogre at the start goes around looking for people stronger than him to get rid of the baby, but eventually as the series progresses, they eventually develop a parent relationship. And as for the action, the best way I can describe it for most of the time is that it's raw. At the early stages of the show, the fights weren't all about who has the stronger demonic power, but instead was just about physical strength when it came to the real tough guys. As an overall, screw the people that diss on this show because it didn't follow the manga. Just because you enjoy the show all the way through and find out it didn't follow true to the original source doesn't make it shit. What you are doing instead is giving into peer pressure and lying to yourself because someone told you the 60 episodes you just watched was shit in their opinion. Don't let people put their words into your mouth. Think for yourselves, people. Accel World is a futuristic anime that I find extremely lovable with its very unique, aesthetically pleasing protagonist. But in all seriousness, the concept and technology in Accel World had me interested and invested with how they utilized the Neurolinker. However, I'm not here to boast the science fiction portion of the show. I'm here to discuss the action. The action itself is quite tricky to compare, as the closest I can really get to are mech battles to scale, minus the overuse of cannons and guns. The story revolves around this kid Haruyuki, who's practically been bullied for most of his life, if not all the time. One day he comes across the most elegant and beautiful woman of the whole school, Kuroyuki Hime, whose name is never revealed, sadly. She introduces Haruki to a unique virtual reality MMO fighting game, Accel World. In this game, Kuroyuki Hime, with the help of Haruki, aim to defeat the 6 kings, which are the strongest players in the whole game, to find out the purpose and meet the creator of the program. Through this journey, many obstacles, territories, and real-life situations manage to find its way in through this 24-episode story. I highly recommend Accel World, especially if you adore the crap out of Sword Art Online or Log Horizon. Guilty Crown, one of the most unnecessary controversial anime of 2012, with people to this day debating whether it's utter shit or that it's simply one of the best animes out there. To that I say, it's just a show, people, calm the fuck down. Anyway, the action in Guilty Crown was most definitely an orgasmic sight to have beheld, as Production IG had produced one of the best looking shows of that year in terms of animation. The action you'll be getting from Guilty Crown varies from gunfights to destroying mechs with bigger swords than Bleach used to slay these mech fuckers. As for the story, Guilty Crown follows this 17-year-old kid Shu, who holds the power of the right hand of the king, which he can use to extract these weapons, aka voids, from just about anyone, which takes manifestation of people's hearts. How kawaii. Shu then uses this power through our gorgeous babe of the series, Inori, to help the leader Guy and his band of skilled terrorists called the Undertakers to start a revolution against the GHQ, aka the government. What I particularly liked about the series was how Shu changed gradually and sometimes drastically from each crucial death that he felt he could have prevented. The full potential of the anime was most definitely untapped and rushed towards the end, especially, but it was an enjoyable ride when I reflect back on it. So do give it a try before you unleash blind hate without watching it. Btooom is one of my favorite survival anime that blends well together with the theme of a game becoming real. The action in the anime isn't held back whatsoever. Well, if you watch the Blu-ray version, that is. But anyway, the story revolves around Ryota, a NEET who does nothing but stay at home and play games whilst getting job rejections from left and right. So one day he finds himself on an island forced to bomb other people for his own survival through the rules of Btooom. As great as the character backstory and development was for a 12-episode anime, it saddened me very much so that there's no continuation for a season 2, so it's a massive facepalm knowing we have an anime out there with great potential being tossed to the side for something new to take over and repeat the same cycle. But overall, give the anime a go, and if you like it, continue through with the manga. Bento is a great short series if you're looking for something short, sweet, erotic, and action-packed. These guys, unlike all the other shows, rely on their fists and feet. They practically define the word savages, as we have hungry teens beating the shit out of one and the other, all for half-priced bento. Despite how there were many complaints for the fan service off battle, the battles for me more than made up for it. The brawls themselves were fantastically choreographed well, slow motion shots emphasizing that impact when you smack an enemy to the ground, and don't forget that overwhelming soundtrack to get that adrenaline pumping through. It's definitely highly suggested for me if you fancy attractive women who can kick some serious ass. If your choice didn't make it on here in this video, it may do for the next part. Now I ask you for what your top shonen and action anime series are. Leave your responses down below and make sure to drop a like and subscribe to keep up to date with the release of the other parts, and here's the rest if you're watching this like years from now.